wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He tipped in at an even 140 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 20 professional bouts, including one draw with 10 knockouts. The 1984 Olympic gold medalist from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, Meldrick TNT Taylor. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at 138 1/4 pounds. This gentleman has 38 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw with 33 knockouts. He is the current International Boxing Federation Junior Welterweight Champion from Brentwood, Long Island, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, here is James Buddy McGirt. McGirt.
Well, the biggest difference between these two is the reach advantage that you see in behalf of Buddy McGirt, reaching out 70 1/2 inches to 66 1/2 from Meldrick Taylor. But Taylor's got some speed to compensate for that. Buddy, hey! Let's quickly check the rules here in the state of New Jersey as they apply to this championship bout for the IBF. 12 rounds, of course, 10-point must scoring. No pre-knockdown rule, no standing gate count, and the bell can't save a fighter in any of the scheduled 12 rounds. And here's round 1. Remember, McGirt has 11 first-round victories to his credit. Not that we expect that today against the likes of Meldrick Taylor.
One thing to remember here in the first round, Don, is that each man is facing the quickest opponent of their career.
Yes.
And they're going to get hit by punches that arrive much quicker than they're used to, and they'll both have to make defensive adjustments. There, good left hook by McGirt.
Wasting no time, but Taylor countering beautifully.
He's countering, but he's slightly hurt. He's flailing away. This is a brawl. And this goes against all the tactical preparation that both camps did prior to this fight.
It just went out the window. All that planning, weeks of it. You might figure McGirt to engage in a brawl, but for Taylor, it would seem to be a mistake this early.
That's right. Meldrick Taylor is the man with inferior power on paper coming into this fight. He's been so quick that he doesn't finish his punches. He just gets off 5 or 6 point punch combinations that score a lot of points but don't do a lot of damage. He says he's going to settle down in this fight and punch with more power. You saw a good left hook in that exchange that just happened.
They are wasting no time at all, providing the excitement we bargained for in this scheduled 12-round title fight.
You just saw Buddy McGirt make a move with his left arm, kind of pump it. We're going to be very sensitive to anything Buddy does with his left arm. He has an inflammation in the bicep of his left arm. He's still giving it ultrasound treatments. It's just not going to go away unless he retires from boxing, and he's not about to do that anytime soon.
He told us that it only bothers him when he thinks about it.
I think that means it bothers him a lot, and he tries to put it out of his mind.
Again, at the end of that exchange, a good left hook from Meldrick Taylor. Now, Taylor has been known to drop his left hand, and he knows he can't afford that against McGirt because the counter right can come right over it and burn him.
You see right now Buddy McGirt carrying his left low. He does that also. He generally does it when he's out of range of his opponent.
Taylor a lunging right that only partially connects.
For a young man, just 20 fights out of the amateurs, that was an amateur's right hand.
They now have 30 seconds to go in an action-packed first round. McGirt has had twice the pro fights that Taylor has. He turned pro a year before the '84 Olympics, and in some ways regrets that. Envies what Taylor won, a gold medal, but so proud of his own World Professional Championship and defending it skillfully here in the first round here today. Much more to come. A good one shaping up. Stay with us from Atlantic City. Round 2. Let's see if they pace themselves a little more. McGirt's corner encouraging him to do that, telling him not to be in a hurry. It's a long 12-round scheduled bout.
Don, it was interesting to hear the both corners during after the first round were very upset that their men had gone away from all the tactical preparation. They implored with their fighter, Work behind the jab. Settle down. Relax. Take your time. Don't get flustered. You're pressing too hard.
Meldrick promised us that we'd see the world's best jab today, and now in the second round he showed flashes of it. And the left arm of McGirt again, that's the left bicep that was injured and caused the postponement of the scheduled bout. It was worth watching because as good as Buddy's right hand is, he's got a wicked left hook that is even perhaps better.
Yeah, Buddy's left hook is his bread and butter punch. And he showed it in that first round. He buzzed Meldrick, didn't have him hurt, but definitely got his attention.
There's the left hook there that caught Taylor's attention.
These exchanges are not scientific counter punches. These are just two guys exchanging punches. You hit me, I'll hit you. And that was not the way this fight figured to go.
Not too tactical, is it? Good chopping right at the end of the exchange from Meldrick. He takes during those exchanges, but tends to end them brilliantly.
Right now, this is no chess match as we might have expected. This is a war. They won't be able to sustain this pace, but they must be careful not to get hurt too much, not to take too much damage during these heavy exchanges when they're both loading up for their Sunday punches.
They threw away the bishops and sent for the soldiers.
Meldrick trying to work in behind that jab. He just did something there that George Benton told him between rounds not to do. Meldrick Taylor led with his right hand. They want to avoid the McGirt counter punch, the left hook counter.
It is worth noting again that McGirt has stopped 33 of his 40 opponents. Meldrick Taylor has 9 knockouts, but he's only had 20 bouts. He had a draw with Howard Davis a couple of years ago. Of course, McGirt destroyed Davis in 1 round 5 weeks back.
Meldrick was quick to point out to us that Howard Davis was a shot Howard Davis 2 years after he fought him, when Davis fought what many think was at least one of the 2 best fights of his career.
Taylor and McGirt giving this crowd here and our viewers what they expected. Great action for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship. That's round 2. Round 3 of the scheduled 12 round IBF Junior Welterweight title bout in Atlantic City. And let's go back to between rounds now in Taylor's corner, George Benton and Lou Duva.
Don't pull out with your head up, because you get it, because he's leaping at you. Now you look. Now give me a little more jab. You understand? Hey, right there, double up on the jab. Double up on the jab. Listen, Mel, I want it here, see? There.
Evidence there of what the jab can do for Meldrick, Alex.
And George says he doesn't want the jab just on the head. He wants it on the shoulders, on the chest, any place. Buddy McGirt slips with his head very well. It's easier to hit him with a jab on the shoulders or on the body.
That jab can make the right hand so effective for Meldrick Taylor, and we're seeing that here in this 3rd round of a very close bout. One that probably has gone 1 round to each man to this stage.
Yeah, I had the first round of McGirt and the second round of Taylor.
So did I.
I think that right now Buddy McGirt looks a little bit lethargic. He looks like he's breathing through his mouth a little bit more than we expect at this early stage of the fight. And he's not quite as quick as we might expect. Throwing many more power punches and many fewer of the... Ooh, and he just got caught with a good right hand.
He sure did. A wicked right hand by Taylor. We're about midway in this, the 3rd round, and the pace really hasn't slowed appreciably since the furious start back in round 1 of the opening bell.
The difference is that Meldrick Taylor got a little bit of Buddy McGirt's respect in that second round, and he's continuing to do it right here in the 3rd round. He's beating him to the punch. He's getting off first, and right now Meldrick Taylor's speed is the decisive factor.
It was matched speed against power. Not that McGirt is slow by any means, but Meldrick's speed certainly has to be respected.
Now, these moments here are interesting. There's no action going on. There's some good right-hand lead by Meldrick, and punches behind it. And again, McGirt does nothing to respond. That's surprising.
It sure is.
But the interesting thing that we're watching here is when neither man is punching is that each one is waiting for the other man to initiate the action and open himself up for counter punches.
Some might question Taylor switching his lead, but he's getting away with it beautifully, although now McGirt coming out of his shell. as he pounds to the body.
McGirt's landing punches to the body, but he really doesn't have, at this point, a lot of zip on them. And he's taking punches in return. Meldrick Taylor is finishing the exchanges, and Buddy McGirt continues to look tired and breathe heavily from the mouth.
Taylor having a very big final minute of this third round. He's got McGirt chasing him and missing him now as the speed is showing up well. That'll do it for a great round number 3. Don Chevrier ringside Atlantic City with Alex Wallow for the 4th round. We have just seen Meldrick Taylor's best round of this bout by far, round number 3, to take the lead unofficially.
And there is concern in the McGirt corner. Al Certo, his manager and trainer, saying, "What's wrong with you, buddy? Wake up. Come on, you're letting him be comfortable in there." And Meldrick Taylor at this point looks very, very comfortable indeed. And Buddy McGirt does not look himself.
He really doesn't. Not the way he looked against Davis, not the way he looked in the first round of this bout. And as a result, Meldrick, the 21-year-old challenger, has simply had time to get all the more relaxed and feel all the more confident.
And do what his manager and trainer Lou Duva said at the top of the show, which is to dictate the pace.
So if tactics were thrown out the window early, Meldrick is the first man to win them back. Again, no question about McGirt's left because he's using it abundantly. Taylor has the draw with Davis, but he is undefeated. However, the record of McGirt shows he has beaten 2 previously undefeated boxers, Vincent Relaford and, of course, Frankie Warren, from whom he won the title.
There's good work there from Buddy McGirt. Heavy, heavy punches, not setting things up with the jab, but just wailing in. Meldrick Taylor trying to bend from the waist and block them. A few of them got through and scored. Good right hand by McGirt.
After the jab that set it up. Buddy's mother in attendance, Dorothea McGirt. And she looks very calm, considering her son is in a brawl. McGirt going back to the jab more consistently now. As is Taylor in response.
It's interesting to watch here, Don, not only who initiates the exchanges, who gets off first, but also who finishes the exchanges. Who catches the eye of the judges by fighting at the end of the exchange and continuing to fight throughout the exchange.
And it was Taylor, certainly in the first 3 rounds, who caught my eye consistently doing that.
Right now, Meldrick's going in a little bit too much of a defensive shell when Buddy starts punching. He's concentrating too much on making Buddy miss and not concentrating enough on taking advantage of the openings that Buddy's punchings are leaving.
Body head with very fast hand speed displayed by Meldrick Taylor. A brilliant combination for him.
And in those kind of exchanges, Meldrick Taylor just comes out looking the fresher.
Much. Seconds ticking down here in the 4th round of a scheduled 12-rounder. The 5th round, it is scheduled for 12. You get the feeling it may not go the distance the way they're pounding each other. Meldrick Taylor made the turn out of a reckless round 1 and has taken command through 2, 3, and 4.
I thought he won 2 and 3. I thought 4 was, even though Meldrick comes out scoring real early around 5. I thought Buddy McGirt did land some punches around 4 and had an even round. But he's taking a lot of heavy stick right here around 5.
He's stuck him with that left hand, and there's the right uppercut. The chopping right misses. He is all over Buddy McGirt.
Buddy McGirt is not reacting here. He's not taking advantage of the openings created by Meldrick Taylor. He has a reputation as a brilliant counter-puncher, does Buddy McGirt. But here, when he punches, he's just exchanging, just throwing punches, not throwing accurate punches with any great design in mind. And he continues to fight in desperation. With 2 minutes left here in round 5, Don, Buddy McGirt is landing punches, but he looks tired. He's trying to catch his breath, and he just looks like a desperate fighter.
He looks like his first fight with Frankie Warren, which he later avenged, but that's his only loss, and he said then he was indeed lethargic that night.
There you saw him so tired that he lost his balance after a punch. and taking these jabs. They're all scoring by Meldrick Taylor.
He's still got half the 5th round to get through.
And Taylor's confidence is just sky high right now. His hands are down. He's almost taunting McGirt.
There is that old danger if Meldrick does keep the left low enough, the right should come over it, but he's got a tired opponent.
But look at those punches by McGirt. I mean, he's just pawing. There's just nothing on him at all. No zip at all.
Taylor's best round was the 3rd, and this is even better for him. Round number 5 with a minute to go.
There, you saw Meldrick try to turn his man. That's what he wants to do. That's what George Benton and Lou Doolittle have been trying to get him to do. Don't back straight out. Turn your man. Punch from angles, and when you're finished from punching, escape from angles. Escape to the side. Don't back straight out.
You see him missing consistently, McGirt. His jabs very, very soft for a man who has a respected jab. He's not doing much with either hand right now except catching. "15 seconds to go in what has become a very big round right from the outset for Meldrick Taylor. One of our stations now will be staying between rounds here to examine what's going on in these corners. Meldrick Taylor is tattooing Buddy McGirt, the champion, through 5 rounds.
Now look, this is action right at the beginning of this round 5, and watch Meldrick Taylor. He gets off first. The left, right, and then the left hook after. Nothing coming back from Buddy McGirt. Again, Taylor, left, right. Looking for the opening, tried an uppercut that missed and a left hook that missed. But again, Buddy McGirt, who has a reputation as one of the best counter punchers in boxing, is standing up too straight, and he's not coming back with anything.
Yeah, right? Get him confused again. Get him shook up, right?
There's George Benton in Meldrick's corner.
You got me covered? No, million punches. No.
Half step punch, side to side.
Just keep
turning.
Don't stay on one spot. Now look, but then let your jab go. And then with the Henry Armstrong. You got me covered? Now how you feel? Good. All right. Now look.
Well, McGirt may not be out of it, as Lou Doolittle suggests, but he certainly is not the proud, aggressive champion who dropped his belt in today to this ring as he goes to a 6th round well behind on points. And perhaps running out of stamina.
That's the surprising thing, Don. I mean, if he's re-injured his left arm or his left arm's giving him trouble, you can understand that. And that will drain a man. But Buddy came out of that first round, when he scored and won the only round, I think, so far, he came out of it looking exhausted, and he just hasn't gotten a second win. Both these men train very hard. They don't abuse themselves. They're superbly conditioned. Buddy may get a second win, but it sure hasn't shown up yet.
He's been looking for that gas station, but finding them all closed in this long weekend. No reserve tank available for McGirt yet. Buddy's mom with a more serious look on her face now, Dorothea McGirt. A more concerned look.
Again, Taylor finishing the exchange in more spectacular fashion. McGirt landed a punch to the body, but Taylor landed a left hook to the head.
And as you said earlier, that is what judges tend to look for. What happens at the end of an exchange, generally speaking. We want to alert our local stations that at the end of this round, we'll be taking a station break.
Again, Meldrick Taylor getting the best of the exchange to the body and to the head.
They tell you hockey players to finish the check, and somebody told Meldrick Taylor to finish the exchange, and he's done so, as you say, consistently.
Again, Buddy McGirt's legs wobbled there as he missed that punch. He was off balance, and it's very unusual for Buddy.
I thought he was hurt in the early minutes, seconds of round 5. Not to the point of going down, but certainly he was wobbly then.
Again, McGirt scored at the beginning of the exchange, but he caught a big right-hand counter at the end of it.
Boy, he looks very, very stiff-legged now. Not the Buddy McGirt we saw take Warren out and take Howard Davis out. ABC's Wide World of Sports will continue right after this word from your local station. Away in Atlantic City, an IBF junior welterweight title bout dominated by the challenger in the dark trunks that you see in front of you now, Meldrick Taylor.
And again, Taylor getting off with more punches, landing more punches, and finishing the exchange.
What he's done lately, Alex, too, is launch each round with such fury that he's taken any sting that McGirt may have right out of him for the balance of the round.
It was interesting to hear Al Certo in McGirt's corner between rounds. He said, let him start fast. You finish strong. Whether Buddy can do that remains to be seen.
Yeah, but Al's forgetting that he's paid a price for the fast start by Taylor. Meldrick says he's in better shape now than he was when the fight was first scheduled for June. Said certainly his defense has improved. Offense doesn't look too shabby either.
I think that's the main thing, Don, is that Meldrick is using his offense as his defense. He's covering up well enough not to get hit by stupid punches, but Buddy is so slow right now with his punches that Meldrick has time to get out of the way of him.
A combination right there, an example of the hand-speed superiority by Meldrick Taylor. It was McGirt, the champion, who wanted to establish the tone early, and I guess he did. He lured Meldrick into a first-round brawl, but he couldn't take him out. And ever since then, Taylor has basically dictated what has gone on here.
Now, Buddy's best hope right now is really two things. One, Meldrick has to run out of gas in order for Buddy to get back in this fight, it appears. He has to look at those punches. Not just the number of them, not just the speed of them, but the accuracy of them. Look at Taylor pinpointing, sharpshooting to the head and to the body.
On target, the direct route in time and time again, and those have got to be hurting Buddy McGirt. They are slowing him down, but he has got to be hurt right now, I think.
And they're not only hurting him, but they're taking so much out of him that when he does land a punch in return, there's nothing on it.
Exactly. They have less than a minute to go, and it's the 7th round. Meldrick, as you heard earlier, is so proud of this young lady, his daughter Melanie.
Melanie's pretty proud of her daddy. She watched the up-close and personal before the fight, saw herself on TV and watched her daddy. I said there were two things that Buddy McGirt has to bank on. One is Taylor running out of gas. The other one is him getting a second win. That just does not appear likely right now.
I mean, Meldrick is outscoring him at a ratio of 4 and 5 to 1 through sequences here as each rounds progress. And doing so forcefully. Those are not soft blows Taylor is throwing. He's not slapping at him, but Buddy really is having run out of gas. About 10 seconds to go in the 7th round as the brawl continues. 5 scheduled rounds remain. Stay with us. The tired champion, Buddy McGirt, in definite trouble in this his second title defense.
He's not only tired, now he's got another problem, Don, and that is he is cut badly on his left eyelid. Howie Albert, his cut man, worked on it in the corner in between rounds, but that eye does not look good. It is not bleeding right now, but you can bet that Meldrick Taylor's going to sharpshoot it. Try to pick at it with his jab.
He's been target shooting all day with enormous accuracy. It was McGirt who tended to downgrade Taylor, saying he's an amateur, he's an Olympic champion, I'm a world professional champion. And that was true until today, but it looks like it might change.
It's always interesting to see how these Olympic stars mature into professional fighters. Some make the transition, some like Howard Davis, who we saw 5 weeks ago, never make the transition. Evander Holyfield, Meldrick's teammate, obviously successfully did that at cruiserweight. Mark Breland, when he came up against his tough test against Marlon Starling, failed. Meldrick certainly is passing the test right now.
By the way, Holyfield, along with Pernell Whitaker and Tyrell Biggs, Meldrick's teammates from '84, in attendance here today. is the 8th round scheduled for 12. And it was certainly understandable that McGirt would launch a war in round 1, having taken 11 opponents out that early. But he didn't get away with it against this kid. He turned the corner in the 2nd round and hasn't looked back.
So far, the cut on the right eyelid, the left eyelid is holding up. There, right hand by Taylor, just missed, landed on the chin. Just missed the cut, landed on McGirt.
Less than a minute remaining in the 8th round. Sign of a good referee, Randy Newman. You don't know he's there. He's had very little to do.
It's also the sign of two fighters who don't like to clinch and don't make things might work for Randy Newman.
That's true. Again, Meldrick finishing that exchange.
I hate to keep repeating this, but Buddy McGirt continues to fight out of desperation. He just does not seem to have the stamina left, the energy left to adhere to his fight plan. He's just got to go all out on his heart and his guts.
That is no position for a champion to be. We'll be back as this round is at an end. Don Chevrier ringside with Alex Wallow for the 9th round, scheduled for 12. McGirt and Taylor. It is all Meldrick Taylor since the 1st round when he turned the tables on Buddy McGirt, who's got a cut to worry about. He's got fatigue to worry about and an enormous deficit in points as well.
And in between rounds, Al Certo, as soon as his fighter got back to his stool, told Buddy McGirt, "Buddy, I'm going to give you one more round, and that's it." Buddy McGirt screamed in protest, said, "No, Al, please, I'm trying." But Al Certo said, whether he changed Al Certo's mind or not remains to be seen.
He is a stiff-legged, tired champion, gamely battling on, but fighting a perhaps impossible uphill battle.
If he wasn't a 24-year-old kid who's never been in a real bad war, save the Frankie Warren fight, you'd say he's a shot fighter. He's fighting like an old man. His legs appear completely dead, and they went dead early.
And if he's looking for that big right hand or that enormous left hook of his to take Taylor down, remember this, Meldrick has not been down as a pro, had one flash knockdown against a Cuban as an amateur.
And he's been hit hard. His chin has been tested. Meldrick has a very good chin. In fact, Buddy McGirt tested it here in the 1st round.
Yes, he did.
Meldrick not only survived, but prospered.
While you enjoy this action, we'll remind you some great NFL action coming up on Monday Night Football. Last 2 champions, Giants and Redskins, new time for the month of September, 8 Eastern on ABC. And perhaps no time for Buddy McGirt this afternoon, with now just a minute remaining in the round. Here is Meldrick's twin, Eldrick, right into it. He liked what he saw there. I mean, it is so obvious that Meldrick Taylor, if he lacked it earlier, has a world of confidence going for him now. And yet McGirt gamely battles on, hoping to tag him, hoping to take him down. Proud champion that he is.
That's right. And you saw for the first time Meldrick wobble a little bit straight backwards, back straight up there from a McGirt right hand. Not really hurt, not any danger, but at least it might be something enough to make Buddy McGirt, make his case to Al Certo to let the fight continue.
That is round 9. Here is the 10th round. Here is the 10th round. Meldrick Taylor, of course, has gone this distance 7 times. There was a bit of a question about him going 12. It's kind of silly, really. There appears to be no problem in him going beyond 10 all the way to 15 if he had to.
Well, not only that, I mean, he's built up such a commanding lead, at least on our scorecards, that Buddy McGirt has to score a knockout now. It's not a matter of Meldrick Taylor. He could just hold on and win a convincing victory. When Buddy McGirt got back to Certo's, back to the corner, Al Certo said, "Buddy, I'm not going to stop because you want to win it so bad."
Remarkably, no knockdown in this bruising battle, now a one-sided affair. My scorecard, I suppose, doesn't look much different from yours, Alex Wallow. That is a McGirt one-point victory in the first round and a string of 10 nines for Taylor thereafter.
Yeah, giving Buddy the benefit of the doubt, I scored the fourth round even, but other than the first and the fourth, every round 10-9 for Meldrick Taylor.
And very big rounds in the odd rounds, the third, fifth, and seventh for Taylor.
Buddy McGirt has to have a knockout to win.
Yes.
And that appears like the unlikeliest of outcomes right now.
You would think that Meldrick got rid of his tendency to be careless in that dangerous first round and won't risk that now. He's halfway into the 10th. As of 2 days ago, all championship bouts in the IBF jurisdiction went back to 12 rounds from 15. This is the first in this country in the 12-round distance since that change.
Let me point out one thing about Buddy McGirt's fight history. He has scored 2 of his knockouts in the 10th round and 2 in the 12th round, so he has demonstrated in the past late-round punching power. I consider it very unlikely that he could put on that kind of a display against somebody with the ability and the youthful energy that Meldrick Taylor has right now.
Now, if you were in Taylor's corner, what would you be telling him at this stage with 2 rounds to go? Keep doing what you're doing or lay off for a couple of rounds and enjoy your lead and play it safe?
I think I would let Meldrick Taylor continue to do what he's doing. I think that to put him in a shell, a defensive shell, in effect to prevent defense, might be a mistake. He's having it all his own way. He's never been seriously hurt since the first round. I think I would let him fight his fight.
And he's been doing that beautifully since round 2. Not only is it unlikely that McGirt can tag him, it's a tired Buddy McGirt, although very game with an enormous challenge ahead of him. So this will just about do it as Taylor gets a good right-off for the 10th round. We have 2 to follow. Don Chevrier, Alex Wallow into an 11th round in the McGirt-Taylor IBF Junior Welterweight Championship bout. Meldrick Taylor, the Olympic champion of '84, within 2 rounds, as his corner wisely told him, of claiming his first World Pro crown.
At the end of the last round, the blood was streaming out of Buddy McGirt's left thigh. They've stopped it for the time being.
Basically, that cut, which appeared about 2 or 3 rounds ago, is held up very nicely. Despite Taylor's efforts to reopen, a good right thrown by McGirt that landed. That got Meldrick's attention.
It did. I was just going to say, Buddy just seems to have a little bit more on his punches. He woke Meldrick up, and now Meldrick's pinned Buddy on the ropes and is taking out whatever energy Buddy had summoned seemed to be drained out of him by the Taylor response.
Oh, he has sapped his energy with that exchange again, finishing what McGirt started. And the blood you can see now trickling from that ominous-looking cut at the left eye. Again, this 11th round represents the furthest that Taylor has gone in his pro career, and he's doing so with ease as we're about midway through it.
You see that little tick that Meldrick has at the end of an exchange. Watch him bring both hands down and lift up his trunks. It's just a little nervous habit he has. Buddy McGirt at his peak would take advantage of that. Would have figured out that he does it by now and jumped on him with punches. But he hasn't done it.
Oh, he's dropping the gloves. He's showboating. He's taunting McGirt. And frankly, he's embarrassing him. He did this against Cubanito Perez toward the end of that bout.
The thing you have to love about Meldrick Taylor, with the exception of his draw against Howard Davis, which he says was a case of personal problems getting in the way of his performance in the ring, Meldrick Taylor has come up for his toughest opponents. He's fought the best against the toughest, whether it's Cubanito Perez, Harold Brazier. He just has performed well when the competition is there. And here in the most important one, in the toughest fight, he's performed exceedingly well against the champion, Buddy McGirt.
Against a boxer who's earned enormous respect for his recent outings, his defeat of Warren, his impressive defeat of Howard Davis, a man who they said was really underrated and deserved more consideration. He has taken him apart here today.
I mean, if you were here at the beginning of the fight, you heard the comments by the ring insiders about Buddy McGirt and really what a great fighter is. Meldrick Taylor just has had everything his own way. He's handled him with ease.
And he's having another very big round here.
And you see Meldrick Taylor, as he's done after virtually every round since put up his hands in triumph.
This is it.
He is rehearsing that victory pose.
Dig deep, baby.
There's that cut being attended to.
Last round, buddy, you got to do it.
Jab the hell out of him for about a half a minute. You understand? Then after you get him slowed down from whatever he's doing, whether he's moving or punching, you'll slow him down with the jab. Then Henry Armstrong.
Making a good one.
Now look, Henry Armstrong. You got me covered? Okay, Henry Armstrong. But slow him down. Slow him down for
Last round. TNT. Let's go, TNT. 3 minutes to be the champion of the world. Let's go, baby. Yes, right.
All right.
Let's get it. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down.
Start off. Hold it. Start off moving. See, start off moving, jabbing him. Confuse him. Then Armstrong.
You heard George Benton say at least twice in there, Henry Armstrong. He's referring to the style of the great 3-time world champion, Henry Armstrong, champion in 3 divisions at the same time. And the style that Henry Armstrong had, that's a slip, that's no knockdown. And that is constant pressure, constant power, bobbing, weaving, bending, and just putting all the pressure on your opponent with incessant punching.
McGirt will give it all he has. He'll let it all fly, hoping to nail Meldrick Taylor, his only chance. But he's catching now as he comes in.
One thing Henry Armstrong always did was stay in punching range. Even when he stopped punching, he moved to the side, so he's always in range to hit his opponent. And with a couple of exceptions, Meldrick Taylor has done a good job of doing that here today.
I think it is remarkable that he has not taken McGirt down in the last 3 or 4 rounds. He has hit him hard enough for a man to fall, but Buddy hangs in there.
That's a tribute both to Buddy McGirt's heart and his determination to keep his championship, and also the fact that Meldrick, while he can land those kind of... And there, Randy Newman, the referee, warns Meldrick for low blow. And also the fact that Meldrick has not yet mastered the leverage that he needs to get maximum power on his punches. But he has been a very sharp puncher, and certainly has had enough power to sap the energy out of Buddy McGirt.
They come down to the halfway mark in the 12th and final round. McGirt's cut reopened above the left eye. He is off balance, staggering backwards now, and I don't know if he's going to make the 12-round bell to end it. He is tremendously tired, gamely battling
Meldrick
off.
Taylor now has a very bad cut on his right eye. It must have been a bunt. I did not see a punch that would close it, but Meldrick Taylor has a gaping cut over his right eye. It will not be. There's Al Cerdo stopped the fight. Al Cerdo's
taking his man out of it. McGirt with a minute to go.
Just a little more than 1 minute to go. Al Cerdo, even though Meldrick Taylor had just been busted up, decided it's soon enough and stopped the fight.
And they immediately go to work on Meldrick's eye. That's the cut that you talked about and noticed alertly. And for Meldrick, fortunately, it happened as late as it did, if it had to happen at all. But McGirt's cut occurred about 4 rounds ago, and his corner saw that that is reopened, and they didn't like the beating he was taking anyway.
And Don, at age 17, Meldrick Taylor did everything that was asked of him in Los Angeles to win an Olympic gold medal. And here at age 21, he did everything that was asked of him. An underdog coming in. Some people said it was too soon. He proved he's a true professional.
Well, who knows what the next 4 years will bring for this brave young champion who appears to be on his way to a place in the World Pro Boxing record books. We'll be back to Atlantic City right now. Let's go to New York and Frank Gifford. In his corner, having lost his title. Let's get the official announcement from Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Randy Newman stops this bout at 2 minutes of the 12th round, and the winner by a TKO and the brand new International Boxing Federation Junior Welterweight Champion, Meldrick TNT Taylor. Taylor.
Well, Meldrick Meldrick Taylor has done it. He came in as the 8 or 9 to 5 underdog, but he stops McGirt about. He obviously had a big lead in any event, but he takes him out with a minute to go as the corner of Meldrick seated here in round number 12. Let's go to the ring, and here's Alex.
Condolences to the Prophet family.
Meldrick, congratulations.
Condolences to the Prophet family, and I want to dedicate this fight in commemoration of Andre Prophet. He's an undefeated professional, sensational professional, put it up in, and we all going to miss him.
Meldrick, your reaction to your performance?
I was dynamite.
Did it go according to your plan?
Of course I did. I told you the day before the fight what I was going to be doing in there. I told you my strategy. I wouldn't tell nobody until the day before the fight. Everybody was curious to what I was going to do. Even the McGirt people was confused what I was going to do, and I was unpredictable. And I did everything I wanted to do tonight.
Meldrick, were you hurt by the left hook in the first round?
No, I wasn't hurt at all. Not even through hurting me. I was in terrific shape. I was willing to go in there and take everything he had. And this made me fight tougher when I got hit. I wasn't really hurt at all.
You're a world champion, but you're still a daddy, and Melanie deserves congratulations.
It was a great fight.
Meldrick, did you have to make any adjustments during the fight? Was there anything he did that caused you to make an adjustment?
McGirt is a very, very tremendous puncher. I didn't know he was that strong. He left hooks, right hands. He was coming down on top of me, but I evaded the shots. I rolling out on the sides, twisted, turned, doing half moves. Whatever I had to take to get out of this guy bombs.
Meldrick, how does the thrill of winning a world championship compare with winning a gold medal 4 years ago?
This is the ultimate. Can nothing come next to it. The gold medal was my springboard to the professionals, and I proved to all the critics and everybody that I'm for real. I was a young 21-year-old inexperienced fighter, but I showed everybody in the world tonight that I'm the world contender, world champion.
Congratulations, Meldrick. Thanks very much. Let me go get a Buddy McGirt, the ex-champion, who's right here. Buddy, you just seem absolutely dead from about the end of the first round on. What happened?
I don't know. I guess, tonight was Meldrick's night, Like I said before, that I'll be champ as long as the good Lord wants me to. I guess tonight was for my reign to end right now. But Buddy McGirt will be back. I got no excuses. Meldrick Taylor was the better man today.
You seem to have no legs, Buddy. Did you have any spring in your legs, even in the early going?
Nah, after the second round, I had nothing. I was willing to fight till I dropped. Like I said earlier, I'll fight to the death if I had to. And if my man didn't jump in the ring, I still would have tried until my heart bust on my brain burst. But, thank God I didn't get hurt seriously, neither one of us. And I'll be back, like I say.
Sorry, Buddy. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Let's go back to Don Chevrier at ringside.
Thank you, Alex, and a most exciting, entertaining bout. We hope you enjoyed it, with Meldrick Taylor finally stopping Buddy McGirt with just a minute to go in a bruising 12th round here in Atlantic City.
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it.
Up your hands, be sharp, change your angle. Give him that, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the